Or it stopped. All right,
That's crazy.
back online. It recorded something. It must
Okay.
have cut us off at some point.
That's too bad. Okay, so yeah, go see
All right, so
Casey
start
at
plugging
All
shit
Stars.
on Tuesday.
Hell yeah, and then see
Tuesday, 6 p.m.
my Mike Mondays. It's me and Levi hosting at Big Top Breweries, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota. Juneteenth, come out to Clearwater Comedy Club. I'll be doing my 8th paid gig there, comedy showcase, and John DeGray will be the headliner there. Shout out to him. Worked with him on my last showcase. Great guy. And Colton is going on tour. CLT CLT. You know what? I tried so hard. I'm never having you on anything.
All right, so you had a heckler, because I don't know what recorded and what didn't. You had a heckler that you demolished.
I destroyed a heckler, which was cool. She chimed in 4 different times during my set, and every time I just fucking either said something witty in response that people laughed at and made her look stupid. But the best one was, I think, the 3rd of 4 times was she said "you" after I said I was bi and Jewish, and on that heckle I really got her, because that's fucking anti-Semitic, and I went, "You to you too, you dumb bitch," and everyone laughed.
Well, yeah, because which you are you ooing? You know, like, hey, you want to clarify? All right, what are you talking shit about me for? Is it the bisexuality or is it the Jewishness?
Either way, you knew someone was going to have a different perspective than you tonight at this open mic. Like, you shouldn't have come here if you came here to heckle. And then the last time that I got her, I was just making fun of her as Trump. I was like, this is why comedy sucks. This bitch will not shut up. She's ruining comedy.
My God, get her out of here.
Yeah.
I have sex with females, but I'd never have sex with you. Yeah. Who do you too?
And then the host came up to me after and was like, really good job shutting her down. She sucked. And then he went up to that group and was like, you guys need to shut up or leave. I'm not saying it again. And then they finally shut up. So it's like, cool.
Yeah, it's never good to heckle. Like, unless you're there and somebody's paid you to heckle as part of their act, don't heckle.
Yeah.
It's fucking annoying. And it's not productive. You know, like, if you want to get up and do comedy, do comedy. If not, sit down, shut up. And if you don't like the act, you don't like the act. Yeah,
then walk out, get a beer. But, like, don't fucking ruin it. It's really hard to do this. It's not very hard to just sit still and ignore someone. If you don't like me, you have to fucking laugh. But don't fucking derail my act.
Yes, it's much easier to sit there and silently hate it than to publicly ruin somebody's act.
Yeah, there are tons of, I'm in the comedy scene. There are tons of people whose acts I don't like. Everybody else liked me. I had a good set. So obviously she, fuck what she thinks. But, like, look, I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea sometimes. And it's like, that's fine. But what's not fine is to fucking heckle people. It's fucking so
it gets annoying. I had one that was like, it just derails you. And she was heckling in a positive sense, but it was like trying to contribute to the jokes. And, like, if you're ever somebody that's in the crowd trying to contribute, just know you're not helping. Like, I don't need you to finish my punchlines. I just completely forgot where I was because of your participation. And now I don't want to talk to you after the show.
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way that they're helping. It's so rude to be like, no, I'm making this better. No, you're making this worse. And even me shutting you down is still less funny than the jokes I had planned.
It's right. Like, I'm not up there to have a conversation with anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not crowd. Yeah, if there's crowd work that involves the crowd, sure, get involved. Absolutely. Yeah. But, like, the comedian should engage you, not you engaging the comedian.
Right. If I go, hey, we got weed smokers, and somebody goes, yeah, I smoke weed, and then maybe if I want to engage past that with you, fine. But fucking, that's all on my initiation. You don't fucking heckle me,
Yeah, there's an epidemic of, like, old children I think
It's
people that like just never like they're older now,
grown ups,
but
but
they've
they're
never
kids.
grown up. Yeah,
Yeah, so
where
true.
like it's completely narcissistic to start heckling somebody. Like you've got to think that you're really important and that your
Yeah,
point of view matters much more than everybody else in the entire room is what you're doing.
so true. You just think you're the
You know,
biggest, most important fucking person.
and
It's
those
just,
people never get on stage either. Ooh, there's the springs. No,
they
I
think that.
almost feel like it would be cool if there was a comedy club that had a rule that if you heckle somebody, you're the next person to go up on stage. Like whether you signed up or not, get up there. All right, now you be funny.
I almost wanted to see one of the two people who was heckling people the whole night. He didn't heckle me because I'm Jewish. And I sort of he was signed up to go up at the end of the night. I kind of wanted to stick around because I'm sure people were going to give him so much shit for heckling the whole night. But I wish that drunk bitch had signed up too, because it's like, yeah, you
Man,
think this is easy, you know?
yeah, it's definitely not. When you have
Yeah,
all that pressure of being up on stage, remembering what you were going to say, and like when you're in that flow, when somebody disrupts it, it's annoying as shit. Like
it's hard to get back,
it's
and
it
it's hard
is
when you're angry. It's hard to be funny. Those are contradictory. So it's like, don't fucking heckle me. It's really hard to come
right.
after.
Right, it's completely rude to like screw up everybody else's night. I
Yeah,
know a lot of people just like the type of person that's going to heckle is not going to care. Um, but like just know that everybody else in the room probably hates you, including the group of people that you're with. They just haven't said it yet.
yeah. No, I could tell the whole group that drunk bitch was with was completely embarrassed. That Jewish guy who was heckling, he started the night. He was like, "Will you film my set?" I probably was going to, but since he would not shut the fuck up, I walked right out after I did my set. He sort of looked at me like, "Oh, why didn't you?" And I'm like, "You know fucking why. You never shut the fuck up."
We've got hecklers. We've got Jewish hecklers. We've
Yeah.
got drunk women hecklers and Jewish hecklers. What was the Jewish heckler doing?
He'd go woo, or he would boo at stuff he didn't like, or he would,
Uh,
say stuff, and it'd be like, shut up. Like, you're signed up. You can be terrible then when it's your time. But before that, shut the fuck up.
so he was a
He was
comedian
like,
that was going up.
Yeah.
like grouping you in with him.
He kept saying that he was Jewish whenever someone would say Jewish stuff, and then they'd go, okay, or whatever, and then he'd go two Jews, like lumping me in with him. I'm like, I don't fucking know this guy.
Look, I'm not one of you.
Yeah,
All
I'm
right,
not one of your annoying complaining Jews. I'm one of the cool, like, Jews that isn't fucking gay and dumb. Like, that
yeah,
guy was
like
so
don't.
lame.
Yeah, we're not associated just because we're both chosen.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get, I don't want to get my pride wrapped up in your shame,
No,
Yeah,
absolutely not.
yeah,
I'm not a I'm not a fan of collectivism in any senses, and and that's why I'm like my I guess train of thought is individualism, right? Like
yeah,
obviously there's some similarities in personality traits between Jewish people, but like you don't get to just like tag along and like I don't want to be associated with all of them. Like there are good and bad characteristics, but like every person
yeah.
is an individual. And I don't want to just be lumped in with some annoying ass guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. Don't lump me into your crap.
yeah, totally.
Especially when it's an annoying person doing it, because you're like,
If
man,
you're
I
into
don't want
annoying
this.
shit, yeah, we're not the same kind of Jew. Yeah,
No, no,
yeah,
you and I have some overlap, but like when you don't really know somebody, like I don't know, I just don't assume we're of the same tribe
yeah. Like,
because like we happen
awesome.
to be the
He had
same
just
ethnicity.
Yeah, he had just the negative parts of being Jewish, where like he was complaining, he was annoying, he sounded stupid, he sounded cheap, anxious, all that, right? Um,
Uh huh.
yeah, you and me, our overlap is about like cooler parts of being Jewish, like being well spoken, learning a lot about the world, like being funny, like having like a Jewish sense of humor, appreciating good food. Those are like things that like people can
Definitely
respect
appreciating
about
good
Jews.
food.
He had just the shitty parts about Jews. And I was like, how can
Right,
you
all
just
the
have the bad
stereotypically
stuff?
bad parts.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I'm unaware of how bad you're being.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he just kept lumping me in with it. I'm like, dude, not cool. Like, that was
Very
the first time
uncool.
going there. I go there all the time. Like,
Yeah. I was like asking for our bits.
he wanted to see our set list, and I was like, yeah, never gonna happen.
Damn. So you've not seen him before.
Yeah.
This is a new Jew. Hopefully it'll be the last time you see him. Did
I
he
hope I
bomb?
don't see him. I left before he went up. I left right after my set. I felt good shutting the heckler down, and then the host
Yeah, good on
me,
you.
and I was like, I'm just gonna dip. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to stick around for that. That's
I don't want
annoying, man.
It's that piece of shit. Yeah, fuck that guy. I couldn't believe that.
I hope he bombs.
Yeah, I'm sure he bombed, and I'm sure even if he had, like, people deservedly are gonna give him a hard time. I bet because he fucking heckled everybody.
Yeah, you can use some humbling. You know,
Yeah.
like I think a lot of people could use humbling. Stand up comedy will do that to you too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
it will
That'll go
it will
fast.
force you to confront when like, yo, you're just 100% off track. You know, like I've had stuff that I thought like writing it down was real funny, and then you get up there and it's like, I guess it's only me. You know, like, and you gotta be willing to like ditch that bit. You know,
Yeah, no, that's really true.
because like I'm sure you've seen people that like will work the same bit over and over again, and it's like, yo, it's not landing. And if you don't have a little bit of humility where you can go like, yeah, all right, I've tried this in front of like 5 different crowds, none of them laughed.
Yeah.
All right, it's not everybody else. It can't be everybody else all the times.
And
You
it's
know, like
fine that like you can't write 100% good bits. That nobody does. I have to scrap some of my stuff. We all do.
right,
It's not the end of the world.
100%. Like, and you just got to be mature enough to go like, dude, I thought this was good. Like, I'd say give it 3 tries in front of 3 different crowds. You know, like, and if it's not landing after that, then it's time. It's not everybody else all the time. Like
Yeah.
sometimes it is everybody else. You do get those crowds where like, all right, you've written something, you've gotten laughs at like 2 places, and that particular crowd just doesn't find it funny. All right, then that may be your audience. But like, if it ain't landing after 5 tries in front of 5 different audiences, you need to ditch it.
Yeah. So true. And sometimes it's not even what you write, it's how you say it. We know this
It's the
one guy,
presentation.
we don't need to say who his name is, but he'll always go, oh, you didn't like that? Oh, nothing? Oh, okay. And it's like, no, say the bit, wait for us to get it and laugh, then say the next bit. Nothing else. And it's yeah.
You don't even have to say the name, and I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Blame the audience or to say, oh, you didn't think this was funny, or to say somewhere else you think it's funny. That's just not what it's about. That's just crazy.
Right.
It's like sometimes you're not funny, and it's you. Yeah.
And when it's a bit that's landed before, like if it ain't landed with this audience, you gotta be able to improvise. Like, all right, this crowd isn't finding this genre of jokes funny. Pivot, sidestep, go to something else.
Yeah.
You know, like Jewish jokes don't land everywhere. They land in a lot of places, but they don't land everywhere. Like, so sometimes you just got to be like, hey, this crowd clearly doesn't like Jewish jokes, you know, for whatever reason. Or maybe they like Jewish jokes that are negative towards Jews rather than positive. I don't know.
That's true. Yeah. No, I mean, it's weird when you see people do the same thing every time and they don't adapt or change at all based on how the room reacts.
Right.
For me, for good or bad, if they like something, okay, then I'm doing more of that topic. If they don't, okay, boom, I'm doing a new topic. It's like either way, I'm not getting upset or fucking, you know, and it's weird that people act like, oh, you're either funny all the time or it's a bad audience or something. It's never me. It's just like, come on, no, sometimes you didn't say it right or you didn't write it right, and you need to fix it before they're gonna laugh at
Right.
it. And
Or
people will have to
you just
yeah,
delivered it wrong.
yeah,
Like there's times I've done a joke where I know my delivery was off,
right,
or like I've screwed up a part of it and then the punchline doesn't make sense. Like that ain't the
exactly.
crowd.
Yeah,
That's me and my lack of preparation.
you've all been there, and that's fine. And
Yeah.
you're gonna get them next time, and so what? But it's like to blame the crowd, to ruin it for the next person to go up, to ruin the crowd's experience. That's all so selfish. And just not what this is about.
Yeah. It's about making people laugh, not
Yeah,
hating the audience.
yeah, yeah. If you can make people laugh, great. If you can't even find it in yourself to be happy when you're in there, maybe you're in the wrong business. Like there's some people who do it so long and get so jaded that it's like, why? Why even bother? Like you have a day job. If this doesn't make you happy, you don't have to keep doing it. You know?
Right. Right. Comedy shouldn't make you angry.
Yeah,
Comedy should uplift everybody in the audience,
yeah.
and
It's the
including you.
highlight of my week. Every night that I go out to do comedy, best night of the week. Whether it's 3
Right.
nights or 5 nights, those are always my favorite nights. And to pretend like you should keep doing it if every single time you go out you're angry, no, stop doing it. You have the wrong
Yeah,
temperament.
that's wild.
Yeah,
That's wild. Yeah, because
yeah,
it'll just make you bitter. Like
yeah,
I've had nights where like I was really off, and like you said, you gotta like yeah, everybody gets defeated, but you gotta have that mentality of like, oh well, like
yeah.
nobody's gonna remember 10 minutes from now, and I can get them next week.
Right, exactly. And then and then the good sets they be with you much longer. Like that's a great feeling, and then it builds. And you get better and learn things. Like, but it's I feel sad for people who just check in at this place, do a set they don't feel good about, then they leave feeling angry. It's like, why do you do this night after night? There's never like a best case scenario.
Yeah, if there's no redemption in it, then what
Yeah,
really is the point? Like,
yeah,
I look at all my failures when I did real bad and just go, all right, like what was it, what was it about me that needs to change rather than like, screw the audience. Cause like even when it is the audience, there's always something that you can like flip it around and go like,
yeah.
right,
Something
what could
you
I
can
do
do.
better? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what the point of I think that's what the point of it is. Like learn how to be the best version of yourself, possible, that you're always delivering. Like, look, nobody's perfect.
Right.
Everybody's gonna have bad nights and bad sets, but like, hey, just keep working towards like perfecting what you've got to the
Yeah.
best of your ability and move on. Like nobody remembers these things like
Yeah.
after the night's over.
Right. They just remember, oh, I see this guy in everything, or he's always working, and it's like, and
Right.
generally he's funny. They're not going to remember the couple times that you have a bad night. They're going to remember, oh, I always see this dude. I like when he goes on stage. I like him off stage. He's a good hang. That shit, that carries out.
Yeah, that's the shit that endures.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No one remembers of this night,
no.
whether he killed. But they remember, does he come to most of those mics? Was he at this showcase? Does he consistently? Those things.
Yeah, it's like other than yourself, nobody remembers it. Like, and while you're up on stage, it may feel like forever. Like when you're bombing on stage, it is a bad feeling. Like it kind of hits you in your gut. But like, for anybody just getting started or like that's been in it for a while, just know it ain't gonna be forever.
Yeah.
It's just the nature of the beast.
Yeah, there's, and sometimes it's not always like 100% on you. There's always, there can be times where you have a bad crowd. Yeah, not even just like Colton.
A bad night.
It's just completely. It's like a young hipster. Yeah, or like I've had that too. Like I'll talk a lot about being Jewish. Just
A room full of Palestinians.
Yeah. It's like the fucking day just returned. It's tough. We're all building and growing, and I think as long as we're making progress, which I think we all are, that's really what counts, and that's what people notice.
Hell yeah, yeah. With like every mic you do, you can learn something from like your good sets and your bad sets, as long as you're always learning something. Like
Yeah.
I learned last week that even taking like one hit off of a J beforehand is really bad for me. I completely blank out and I can't think. Like I got lost in one of my jokes and couldn't find my way out.
Really?
And then and they were asking for one more joke and like then one hit me and then after I got off stage I realized I was like I should not. Like, I already learned the thing about booze. Any more than 1.5 beers for me is off limits. Apparently, we're gonna add to that. My learning experience last week was don't take even one hit off of a J beforehand because you're going to forget where you were in the middle of your damn joke. Luckily, the crowd was forgiving, but I will not be doing that next week.
Yeah.
And like you just keep it pushing.
Yeah, everybody's got their recipe up there. For me, it's definitely more than one hit on the joint. It's a bunch of it.
Well, that's how your days go. No booze, right? You're allergic to booze.
No
I
booze.
know that now.
Yeah. I'm like fucking yeah. Colton, he likes to booze it up. No, I don't. No, he doesn't. He's never drank before. I don't. He's never had sex.
I don't like to drink before my sets. Sometimes I'll listen up, drink after. But yeah, I don't know.
What's your like before? Do you usually smoke weed before you do a set? Or usually just
wake up and smoke. Right. Try to not smoke as much. I feel like the less I smoke, the better I perform.
Yeah, probably. If I'm stone cold sober, I'm too anxious. But then it's like, what I should have is like 1 or 2 hits instead of like
a couple hours before or something.
Yeah, I want to be like an hour from coming down. Like, I want to be like kind of high, but not like the first 20 minutes of being high where you're just like, oh, fuck,
Yeah. Where everything is so much.
Yeah, I want it to be
There's a lot going on right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's like 1 beer, 1 to 1.5 beers, no more than 1.5 beers.
Yeah,
I need at least one. Otherwise, I'm way too uptight and anxious. Like, I need 1 to loosen up. But if I go 3, like, dude, I'm just rambling and I'll notice it while I'm on stage. I'm like, I'm not getting to the point. I can't get to the point because I've had too much alcohol.
Yeah, there's happening.
And it's always good to tell the people around you that those are your limits. I told Danny last week. I was like, all right, no more 1 hit before getting up on stage. I can't do it. Some people can, I can't. Some people need it.
Is Sean doing anything before he gets up there? Is he sober?
I think he has like half a drink, if that.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah, and he don't smoke or anything. But he's good. He had a really good AI sex robot joke last week that was like that. It had me dying. It was very well thought out. Yeah, he's a good dude. You'll have to come by. One of these nights, Jay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off work early one of these times to fucking pull up. I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, we're still trying to get. So I got Charlie Foxtrot to agree to a trial run. I don't have dates on it yet, but when I get that, I'll announce it on the pod and send it out to everybody. It looks like it's going to be. I think it's going to be a Saturday, a Friday, or a Saturday.
So the thing I sent you, I've got this new room going with Brandon Burr. I should plug. Oh, pull up that thing. It's in West Bradenton. We're starting up a room there. Speaking of Charlie Foxtrot.
Nice.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a mic. We're going to do improv there, and then it's also going to be a comedy showcase. We're going to do all kinds of events.
And where's that going to be at?
That's going to be in West Bradenton near the beach, I think. It's called the Saltwater Session, 103 23rd Street, North Bradenton Beach, Florida, 34217.
103 23rd Street.
Yeah. And I'm pretty excited. Yeah, so we're going to, we'll get you up there. We'll get Colton up there, get you both the showcase. Obviously, welcome to come to the mic and everything. Yeah. Give me a showcase. It'll be great.
Yeah, Charlie's, we don't have anything in stone yet, but I think what we're going to do is a trial run with open mics, try and give people a little bit more time up there, if they want it. I was thinking like, hey, 5 to 8-minute sets. I've got the equipment, so we're just waiting to hear back and get a date. But that'll be something for you in Charlotte County. It'd be nice to get something in Venice, which I think is like a great halfway point. I don't know how the crowds would be out there, but that's a great halfway point. So
yeah, I live in Venice.
Yeah, Venice or Nokomis.
Yeah,
or even Northport. Like I don't think there's anything in Northport right now, and like there's got to be places. So
if not, then we'll make our own. Fuck it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about Anna Maria Oyster Bar just opened up. Well, they didn't just open up, but they're pretty new, and they put a bar out there. So I'm thinking about talking to them and seeing if they're down for it. That's on 41 in Northport.
Okay, that's just
maybe one of these days I'll get back on Facebook. That seems to be. Are you on Facebook?
Yeah, bro. I have almost 2,000 followers.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, I'm on the professional mode. They're going to start paying me soon.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Doing anything for the holiday weekend? Are you off on Monday?
I'm off Monday, yeah. My parents are both out of town because my brother and his wife are having a baby, so they're out of town for the baby shower.
Sweet, man. You're going to be an uncle.
Yeah, I'm going to be the coolest fucking uncle, guys.
Is this like the first kid that you'll be the uncle to?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's good. It's good being an uncle, man. I got a nephew and niece, and like that's an awesome experience. You definitely want to be the cool uncle. It's great. Like having children in your life is really awesome. Like they could be frustrating.
Yeah.
But when you're an uncle, you don't have to like do the raising part, so you can just be there for the fun.
Yeah, exactly. That's gonna be dope. I'm gonna be there when the baby's born, and I'm gonna I'll be there for the birth and stuff. It's gonna be cool.
Where are they at? Are they in Ohio?
No,
or are they here? Oh, they're up in DC. Word.
I'll probably visit.
Do they know what they're having yet? Are they having a boy or a girl?
They know it.
They're both great. When they're infants, they don't do much, but they're like really cute. Once they're toddlers, like that's the time you really want to be around. They're friggin' hysterical when they're toddlers. Like, dude, they're just hours of entertainment. They're like just bundles of joy pretty much all the time until they crap their pants. But they're like, dude, toddlers are so much fun. They're so funny because they're just, they're experiencing the world for the first time. Well, congratulations, Uncle Jake.
Thanks, man.
What about you, Colton? You got any brothers and sisters?
Brother, but I think they're planning to have a kid anytime soon.
Well, it can happen whether you're planning or not. Kids sometimes just happen.
It's not a class.
Wait, you mean a vasectomy? A colostomy is where you can't take a dump.
You got a bag of shit.
Dude, if you got a bag, if you got a colostomy bag, you're probably not getting laid.
Get married and have kids because of it.
What? Because of the colostomy bag?
Cannot go ask about the show. People hate it. Every time we
I
say
got a colostomy bag.
it's like, ew, what the fuck? Yeah, I was like, I thought I was gonna have sex with you. You have a thing of shit here. But I'm
Let me
literally
put this
looking
over
at
to
a
the
bag
side.
of shit. Yeah. And
Ugh.
you'll say, hey, I'm not a dog. And they'll say, why is it shit in the back? Don't look at it. And they're like, I can smell it. Yeah. Like, fuck.
How did one of those things go in?
No, let's go in.
I don't know either.
It through the ass probably. And it's just put sacrificing.
Is it, or do they cut into you?
Yeah, it's like you have a hole in your body, and then you put the bag on the hole to make sure. Yeah, so that you're just like constantly trying to shit in the bag all the time. Yeah, because
So it's like,
expression "don't shit your bag" comes from.
I would imagine, yeah. But like you're supposed to if you have a colostomy bag, right?
It's very confusing. Yeah, you can like see it, so like you can change the bag in the area and stuff when you see that shit coming. That's great. It's really interesting. I think people like that should just be killed. So,
The colostomy lifestyle.
it is kind of the worst type of diabetes. It's like having diabetes, except with shit. It's like it's almost worse than having herpes. You know, so yeah, I feel like I'd actually rather have herpes, which well, we're still recording a lot too bad.
Yeah, we're still recording. All right. Well, PSA.
Yeah.
Which one do you have? Do you have the cold sores that like everybody has, or the down there kind of the breakouts?
Yeah, the breakout.
Ooh,
It's a
good stuff. It doesn't get in the colostomy bag. You don't really have a colostomy bag, do you? You have a vasectomy, not a colostomy.
yes, colostomy. You really you can't really spread it without there being an outbreak happen. Okay. So it's like most of the time I'm not even like contagious. Nice. Hell yeah. That was our PSA on herpes today. On colostomy today.
Herpes and colostomy bags.
And you're going on a date with them. Give them a chance. Who knows? Yeah, it could be really cool. They could, yeah, especially if they're named Colt. They're a really cool guy. He's a cool guy. They're just trying to be honest. They're really real with you. Yeah. They deserve special. I think that's the only thing that.
If you're going on a date with somebody and they got a colostomy bag, just try and ignore it. Maybe detach it first.
With somebody with herpes or a colostomy bag? What's answer?
Yeah, I guess that is the question. Herpes or colostomy bag?
I don't think I could do the colostomy. There's no way I could maintain the erection. Well, after discovering the colostomy bag.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and there'd have to be a discovery phase. Like, what is this?
What?
Oh, don't worry about that. Like, you can't just ignore that. You know,
like the hottest chick ever was like, "Oh, I have herpes, but I'm not broken out, so we're good." I did. We can go ahead. Yeah, I did that. I would not fucking share the colostomy.
if there's a colostomy bag, let me.
How should I be hitting this so that I don't have to look at that? Yeah. Gotta flip
Let me detach this thing first. Yeah. Like, I don't know what sort of accessories they have. I'm sure they've got accessories where like you can conceal it, but like at some point that thing is getting brought up. Yeah. You know, it's the elephant in the room.
If I find that and you don't tell me, the rules of sex is I can dump it on them.
Yeah, I think that's where you go. Well, this was fun.
It doesn't make any change. That's disgusting.
Then we just call it hentai and move along.
Each day.
Ugh.
That's my album, y'all.
So yeah, eat shit. Client special needs group home that kept trying to eat his own shit. What was even worse, he would try to eat other people's shit. Yeah. I mean, other
Yeah.
people's shit. It's a lot.
You don't really
I gotta
know what they've eaten.
Yeah.
But you know what you've eaten. You know,
Still, it's gross no matter what.
I don't know. Yes, you do now.
Yeah, it's gross. Like, so even as a vegan, you know, you'd have to be very picky with the kind that you eat. Like, hey, what have you eaten? Because I don't want, like, if you've eaten a steak beforehand, I'm definitely staying away from this. Is that like double gross?
That's very true.
Yeah.
What's not going to get funnier than that? Should we just do our plugs?
Yeah.
What?
Let's end it on that. Let's end it on colostomy bags and eating shit.
Yeah. You know, until next time, this has been Jake and Casey's podcast, JPOD, featuring Colton Herman. Come and see Casey at All Stars. Come and see me Juneteenth at Clearwater Comedy Club, where I'll be doing my next comedy showcase, big gig. Come and see us at the Saltwater. We're all going to be there. That's a new room opening up. And hit up Colton Herman on Instagram. No vowels. Yeah.
Hell yeah. Posting a lot on my journey.
Good. Portland, baby. Portland.
Going to
Texas and shit. Hell yeah.
All right. Well, gentlemen, you guys have a good night. Have a good Memorial Day.
Hell yeah.
Enjoy your weekend.
Hell yeah.
Peace.
Always a pleasure. Thanks again, Casey.
No
Peace.
problem, Jake. Later,
Have a
Colton.
great night.
Bye.
Peace. Bye.
Peace.